All the frogs seeing wide, get a clear view. People coming with the tides like we church and pew. Haters putting them aside, yeah, I often do. Some claiming to be friends, but... What's going on, people, on this beautiful day? I hope everybody's out there safe. This is Inflewence. I'm back doing a Transformers review. Today it is Jaguar. Ocular Max's remix line. This is 01C. Because I think 01, this was the first one that came out originally. But this is the Cel version. And just a little brief history if you don't know what a Cel is. A Cel is short for Cellular Rd, I think. It's what they used in traditional animation. That when they drew the things, and I show some Cels. You know, I show his Cel and I show another G1 Cel over here. They basically painted and drew and animated these. So this is the colors of the Cel, which is the cartoon, you know, the cartoon version, I guess. And there's a lot of, they're coming out with a lot of different Cels. Sorry, I don't know what the hell it is flying around in here, but it needs to go. Summertime. Summertime is coming. And the bugs are coming out. I don't like it. All right, back to the review. But so this is the Cel version. Here's the box. Nothing spectacular. Have some tech specs on the back, like the traditional G1. And you see some. This is the version that comes with the cage. As you can see, the cage is here, and that's about it. Just what you get on the front. And that's good. And he comes, I'm doing it from the actual Jaguar mode to tape mode because it comes in tape. And I still think these are some of the best packaging ever because they come in an actual cassette. They're the size of actual cassettes, and they come in an actual cassette case. Now this has this is instructions for his cage and the key and how to work the key and those things. I actually never put the key in his hand, so I will do that today just to see how it works. I do have the key in there on the thing that goes into his hand and the lock that fell off. That's one of my gripes. I'm gonna glue this soon. And like I was saying, these directions are fold out just like just like the old tapes. If you're old enough, you should be if you're a G1 fan. But if you just came here and you're not old enough to understand what tapes used to look like, that's what they used to look like. And here's his card, of course. Tech specs on the back again. And these directions are pretty easy to follow, but I didn't really need them. He's pretty easy. He's not as complicated as the Frenzy and Rumble was, of course, because it's kind of, but there was a couple parts that you didn't know. So I will show, actually I will compare this now because guess what I have? I have a real tape and I will show that. And this is a blank, of course. These are more like what you got in the store, but it's still cool. Yeah, I found this tape not too long ago when I was moving, and it's my first radio interview, but that's another story. So let's get it moving. So how this cage works, you just put it together. It's very easy. Just shows, comes in one, two, three, four, five, 6 pieces. 6 pieces as on there. And it's easy to put together. The only thing you have to know is you want the part with no pins in the front and up top. Because then the part with pins go here, and that's how you get the cage open, actually. So let's get him open and get him out of here. And just a little look at the cage all the way around. It's cool. This side don't open. No sides open, just this side. And it just comes down. And you get the key and the lock. And as I was saying, this is the only part that I have a gripe with, the lock. I don't know if it's supposed to be glued on, but it will be glued on shortly because I would have did it before the review, but I wanted to show it. And it comes off. See, it stays on there. It's on there with tension, but As you see, I can't get it because it'll knock off. And see the key? The key has the metal ring. It's not nothing fancy though, and it fits in probably upside down, but fits in the keyhole as a key should, and that's good. So let's get to the actual figure. Sorry about that. Let's see, let's turn it down a little bit. Let's get all the stuff out of here. So here's the figure. Everything is on him. These don't come off. I know some people look at the figure and think they're put on, but they are not. They do swivel. They do move. I'll show his articulation in a minute. This is just has a little tab thing that goes into his foot tab. You know, on the cartoon when he unlocked the cage. There you go. Got his little foot. Get the key. Unlock his cage and get the hell out of here. So do articulation. This thing is very articulated, like I was showing. His tail does flap down a lot due to transformation, but you can put it up, leave it up. It does stay up, but if you hit it, it'll just go down. These spin all the way around. They can actually tilt a little bit, I think. Maybe not. Maybe not. No, because it's for transformation when they tilt. Never mind, scratch that. But he's on ball joints, so he can get his legs out like that. Mainly due to transformation, his legs go a wide array. He has ankle up and down. No, well, it's on a ball joint, so it does have some pivot, his back ankles. So if you want a wider stance, you can get a little pivot going on. They go up and down. His ankle goes like that, and they're on ball joints. He has pivoting at his waist. I guess that's his waist. It's really his body, but in his neck, each side is different, so you can kind of pivot these as you want. Like you can have one leg up, one leg down on the neck, and his neck can turn like this much. These flaps get on my nerves. I wish they had. All they're mainly do is to add a little depth to his body and cover these holes up. I wish they did a better job. Maybe had like a lock-in tab or something like they do when they go back to tape mode. That would have worked better. He does have red eyes. I like his eyes. His mouth opens. He has a red inside his mouth, white teeth. His jaw is a little loose, but nothing crazy. It still goes wherever you want it without bending. You can bend his neck all the way down like that, and it goes up about that. And his head does do a little swivel back and forth a little bit. I believe it's on a ball joint in there. His head is a tiny bit loose as well, but it doesn't really give you any issues, so just mentioning it. These legs are on ball joints, and they can get this much range. Then his paws have this much range and a big pivot, so you can get a big giant pivot, but you can't get these out as far as the pivot goes. So you can, you can get like that, but it's not. The pivot is farther than you need, I should say. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Let me compare him to some things before I get him transformed up, which would be the optimum thing to do while he's in Jaguar. So the first comparison could be Masterpiece Soundwave. Let's see how he compares to that. And I like that way better than this. And this will be the second comparison. This is Masterpiece Ravage. And I just think they're too small. They actually change and fit into Soundwave. But if you're going to have a display, you're not going to have him in Soundwave, and this ain't the official Soundwave, just so y'all know. I've been trying to get the official Soundwave for a while, but this is I don't even know which one it is. It's one of the KOs, but he's the same size. He's supposed to be the same as Soundwave. Can't remember which one. The Masterpiece version can fit into Soundwave, and if that's what you want, that's what you want. But I'm not gonna have Ravage in Soundwave. So also with Frenzy and Rumble, I think the size is the best size. These tapes are great. I do like this bird though. I can say that I like the Masterpiece. I said this bird. Masterpiece Laserbeak. Better than Ocular Max's Laserbeak. I just think their birds are too big. I wish they were a little bit smaller, but their size of real tapes too. So that's just what it is. Get on with the transformation, please. So as I was doing, get this up. Put this, that's how it goes. It's already where it needs to be. You hear it snap. Get them like that. So you can put this, no, you don't want to do that now. Then with this, you kind of get these like this. The best way to do it, I found, point the missile back and then move that. Then you can move this into here. This moves like this, and that's basically what it is. You can fold these down just so you don't lose your place, and that's it. So the same over here, I show a little cleaner over this yonder. Point the missile like that, put that missile down. Can move these up like this and move the missile this way, and then I fold these out. It don't matter when you fold them out, but then this is because it's gonna fit into this cavity, this thing. But what you want is you want it down. You want this to like kind of go down. And you can see, you can move this up, these, because then they'll fit in later. And everything like kind of makes the shape. So once you do that, they'll move down because they fit in here like this. And you'll see what I mean. Then you want to get this together. These parts are like, they're on like pivot, and it's hard to explain, but you see how it pivoted out. You move get this out the way. Make sure this is not in the way. Probably should have went the other way. I leave it down so you can get it out the other way. Make sure it don't pop up. You can leave it down or up, but just make sure it don't pop up. So then, if you saw that, this right here, just get them all together like that. And these flaps are only to cover up here once you get everything aligned. So then you can kind of move these together, and it'll start to form the shape. Like you can see. Like you can just push it down. You see how it all went down. Then you put the head in here like this. And you just want to try to get it all together. It doesn't really click all together, but it stays just because of the tension of all the joints. Then you move this up here. And this is what I'm talking about. You see the little tabs right there? I wish they had tabs when you did it the other way. So those tabs click. And that's kind of what keeps it together. And then this over here, these tabs, the same way on the opposite side. They kind of click on there. That one don't click too well, but this side did. Then you clean it up, get everything straight, put the tail down. When you're going the other way, remember to pull this tail out first, just because you pull the head out and the tail out. And then you can work with everything else, but you can't get the tail out once everything's out. I've tried it and I've done it. So there you go. Here's a tape. I have a comparison of a tape here. And this is what it looks like. And it's basically the same. I just wish they had some stickers. I know repo labels probably have some, and I think my other ones came with them, but they did not come with, it did not come with stickers. And I don't know if the first run came with stickers either, to make it look more like a tape. And maybe they added them on the other run with Frenzy and Rumble. I don't know, but just so you know that it does fit in here. I mean, it comes in here, but no, I think it's the other way. Yeah, it's this way. And see what I mean? This doesn't tab. It's not like a hard tab, but it works. Close it up. There you go. Jaguar. So this has been Ocular Max's remix line Jaguar Cel shaded, Cel painted remix of Jaguar 01C. Leave me a like, subscribe, and I will get up with you guys.
As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want.